So good morning, everyone. Last class we discussed potentiometer, its principle, and we were discussing the applications of potentiometer in mechatronic system. We finished one of the applications, that is, it is used for feedback loop in the control system. Now, the second important application of a potentiometer is in the machine tool controls. We discussed that CNC example, if the tool post movement is to be measured, whatever the length of cut I have, through my program I have given my length of cut, but whether the exact length of cut is provided by the tool post or not, that can be assessed by using a potentiometric displacement sensor. So similarly, for various other machine tool applications, also potentiometers can be used as a displacement sensor. In case of elevators, आपले जे lifts असतात, तिथं पण to check whether the desired position is reached or not can be assessed by using a potentiometric sensor. In liquid level control systems, potentiometric sensors can be used. In forklift trucks, whether the load is lifted or not to the desired height or not, that can be assessed by using this potentiometric sensor. In automobile throttle controls, throttle म्हणजे जो accelerator असतो आणि pedal accelerator जो four wheeler मध्ये असतो, to just measure the displacement of that throttle valve, we can make use of potentiometric sensors. In other manufacturing applications like control of injection molding machines, as you know, we discussed this application earlier also. We have the fixed end of the mold and you have the moving end of the mold. When these two mold halves are closed and then the pressurized metal is injected into the mold. Now to just measure the displacement of these mold halves, we make use of potentiometric sensors. In woodworking machinery, potentiometric sensors are used in many printing applications, in spraying applications, and robotic applications as well. These potentiometric sensors, displacement sensors are used. Even in our sports equipments, आपले जे jogging machine आहे, right? There also we can make use of potentiometric sensors for measurement of displacement. So like that, there are a number of applications of these potentiometric sensors. We'll move further. We'll go into the next type of displacement sensor, that is LVDT, linear variable differential transformer. And as the name indicates, this LVDT is used for measurement of linear displacement. Now this is the moving stem and this is the fixed winding. Okay, we'll see the constructional details. This LVDT is available in various sizes, in the sense this may be used for measurement of 30 centimeter of displacement. This may be used for maybe 10 centimeter of displacement. This may be used for maybe 5 centimeter of displacement. So depending on the range of measurement of displacement, I make use of variety of LVDTs. Principally, it is a transducers for measuring linear displacement. It must be excited by an AC signal to induce AC response on secondary. Now the core position can be determined by measuring secondary response. This we'll see if we see the constructional details. Now this can be called as a core. The moving stem is the core, right? And then I have primary and secondary windings. Now, as the name indicates, it measures a linear displacement. Differential means it measures this displacement in the form of differential voltage. This also we'll see in details. And finally, transformer means it is based on transformer principle. Transformer principle काय? Principle of mutual inductance. So this is a variable inductance type of a transformer. We'll see how it constructionally seen. Don't look at the animations right now. Just look here. आपण जे मागच्या स्लाइड मध्ये बघितलं, हे जे आहे, this is the moving core. This is the moving core. inside story. तुम्हाला जे move करताना दिसतं, inside this winding you have this moving core, and then I have got primary coil, primary winding. I got secondary winding. Just be attentive here. Primary coil is a single coil. Secondary coil is a double coil, and how those are arranged, just see. These are not in series. Just see secondary winding 1, then I have secondary winding 2. Now, principally, these are in phase opposition. Secondary winding 1 and secondary winding 2 are in phase opposition. What is the transformer principle? I have the AC supply voltage that is given. Because of AC supply voltage, it will induce magnetism or magnetic flux in this core. Flux core madla magnetic flux will be transferred to secondary 1 and secondary 2. Initially, the secondary 1 and secondary 2 will not have any magnetic flux induced initially when the core is at null position. But when it starts moving in or out, what will happen? This primary coil will induce magnetic flux in this core first, and from core, it will be induced in secondary 1 and secondary 2. Okay, now, as I said, this is called as mutual inductance principle. Itla inductance जो है, it is mutually induced into secondary 1 and secondary 2 through this core. Intermediate का है, core है, right? But these are in differential form. म्हणजे काय? Let us see here. मी primary coil मध्ये primary excitation एक sinusoidal wave दिली, right? Okay. मग secondary मध्ये काय झालं? Secondary 1 output काय देते? It is giving me some voltage output या phase मध्ये, which is in phase series with the primary excitation. Secondary 1 मध्ये with the phase series of primary excitation. But secondary 2 मध्ये काय होते? This is the peak of my primary. This is the peak of my secondary 1. Secondary 1 च्या peak च्या वेळेला काय व्हायला? Secondary 2 मध्ये काय? Trough व्हायला मला, right? So it is having opposite voltage, right? So secondary 2 मध्ये माझा opposite voltage आहे. Secondary 1 मध्ये माझा positive voltage आहे, right? So positive cycle and I have got negative cycle. आणि दोन्हीचं summation केल्यानंतर काय मिळतं मला? In effect, I get this secondary 1 and secondary 2. Rather, secondary 1 voltage of secondary 1 VS1 minus VS2 I'll be getting as the ultimate output voltage corresponding to core position. Now this output voltage is proportional to my core position, right? बघा जेव्हा बाहेर जातं म्हणजे when the core is moving out, I'm getting positive output voltage, and when the core is moving in, I got in phase opposition, I'm getting the output voltage, right? So this is what is the principle of linear variable differential transformer. आता लक्ष द्या इथं, when the core position null position ला आहे, म्हणजे इथं midway आहे समजा, तर काय होईल? ह्या midway position ला assume that this core is fixed at midway position. मग काय होईल? There will be some secondary winding in magnetic contact with the core. म्हणजे it will be giving me some 10 volt of VS1. आणि त्याच वेळेला काय व्हायला? This core is in magnetic contact, magnetic coupling with secondary 2 also, right? So this will give me VS2. But how is VS2? It is in phase opposition. So it will be giving me minus 10. Right? इकडे plus 10 मिळाला, इकडे minus 10 मिळाला. Where? Exactly mid position ला, 0 position ला. Right? मग त्यावेळेला काय होणार? Ultimately, I'll be getting resultant voltage as VS1 minus VS2. मग VS1 किती आहे? Plus 10 volt. And VS2 किती आहे? Minus 10 volt. मग दोन्हीचं summation काय झालं? 0 volt. So corresponding to 0 position, I'll be getting 0 output voltage. मग जेव्हा बाहेर move होईल काय होईल? I'll be getting some resultant output voltage, which is proportional to displacement. When this is moving in, I'll be getting some resultant output voltage, which is proportional to core displacement. So likewise, it is used for linear displacement and it gives me differential voltage, output voltage, and it is based on transformer principle. So this is LVDT. Similarly, I can have RVDT also, rotary variable differential transformer. फक्त काय असणार आहे, कोरची अरेंजमेंट विल बी टॉरॉइडल, सर्क्युलर असणार आहे, राईट. मग अँग्युलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेजरमेंट साठी पण RVDT चा वापर होऊ शकेल, नॉट ऑफ LVDT. LVDT इज मेंट फॉर लिनियर डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेजरमेंट. इथे बघा ऍक्च्युअल क्रॉस सेक्शनल व्ह्यू दाखवला, and this is the core, this is the primary winding, this is the secondary winding, right? These are in phase opposition, so VA and this will be VB. So this is how my linear variable differential transformer works. Okay, we'll move further. We'll see what are the applications of LVDT. It is used for measurement of spool position in a wide range of servo valve applications. Now, spool, servo valve, these are the words used in hydraulic systems. Those who have completed their diploma, you must have studied the subject hydraulics and pneumatics. But त्यामध्ये जो pilot valve असतो, that is called as a spool valve. आणि मग spool valve जसा move होतो, तसं my power cylinder जे आहे, it will start giving me a movement of the power cylinder, power piston, and त्याप्रमाणे load will be pushed or pulled. So मग ती जी displacement आहे spool ची, that can be measured by using LVDT sensors. Servo corresponds to position. Servo valve म्हणजे position control valve, right? We'll see these things in details when we study the actuators, hydraulic and pneumatic actuators. So LVDT finds applications in spool position displacement measurement. Secondly, it can provide me displacement feedback for hydraulic cylinders. Same application. ठीक आहे, power cylinder माझा load move करण्यासाठी वापरलेला आहे. To what position this load is moved by my hydraulic piston? किती push केलंय? That distance can be measured by using LVDT sensor. To control the weight and thickness of medicinal product. Pharmaceutical industry मध्ये for measurement of weight and thickness. Thickness म्हणजे पुन्हा thickness is nothing but the displacement, right? पिलचा साईज आहे, टॅबलेटचा साईज आहे, तो मेजर करण्यासाठी पण LVDT सेन्सरचा वापर केला जातो. फॉर ऑटोमॅटिक इन्स्पेक्शन ऑफ फायनल डायमेन्शन्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट बीइंग पॅक्ड फॉर डिस्पॅच. So wherever I have displacement measurement, I find application of LVDT there. To measure distance between the approaching metals during friction welding process, right? Friction welding मध्ये because of the friction, because of the pressure of two rollers, the two sheets are friction welded. तिथं मग तुम्हाला वेल्ड बीड वगैरे दिसणार नाही, राईट. जसं स्पॉट वेल्डिंग मध्ये पण मी मटेरियलचा वापर करत नाही, बिकॉज ऑफ इमेन्स प्रेशर and because of the frictional resistance of interacting metals, I get the welding defect. तिथं पण जे मूविंग माझा ड्रम आहे, मूविंग रोलर आहे, त्याची डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेजर करण्यासाठी I make use of LVDT sensors. For monitoring of fluid level as part of leak detection system, this displacement sensing LVDTs are used to detect the number of currency notes dispensed by an ATM. LVDT can be used like that. There are a number of applications. We have just quoted few of the applications of LVDT sensors. Now, what are the advantages and what are the limitations of this LVDT sensor? Let us see one by one. Now, we've seen all the static performance characteristics or performance specifications of sensors and transducers in previous lectures. It provides me linearity of 0.05%. In commercial LVDT, the linearity of 0.05% is available. Does this mean that linearity is 0.05%? No, it corresponds to non-linearity of 0.05%. The relationship between the input parameter and the output parameter is non-linear to the tune of 0.05%. So very small non-linearity. Rest of the range, I have got very good linearity, very good proportionality. So, which is essential in commercial LVDTs. Now, the second important parameter, very high sensitivity. We have seen this sensitivity parameter, the output given by my transducer corresponding to unit input value. You can see for a small displacement of 1 millimeter, this LVDT can provide me the output voltage of 40 volts. So this is giving me a very high output voltage for a small input parameter variation. That's why the sensitivity of this LVDT is very high. त्याचा उपयोग काय? When I want to measure very small displacements, if the sensitivity is less, the transducer tends to give very small output, which is not measurable even. But for measuring small displacements, this high sensitivity parameter is very useful for my measurement applications. Very less friction, low hysteresis, the repeatability is excellent. All these properties we already see. Hysteresis is an error, isn't it? So, कशामुळे, if you remember, hysteresis, जेव्हा मी incremental ascending order मध्ये input देतो, आणि when I give the input in descending order, the error is very minimal in case of LVDTs. त्यामुळे stray magnetizing currents फार कमी राहतात. त्यामुळे this LVDT tends to give me low hysteresis error and very less friction because moving parts are very less and repeatability is excellent. Repeatability काय म्हणतात आपण? If you remember, we compared accuracy and precision. Precision आपण measure करताना काय म्हणलं? The sensor is precision sensor when for the same parameter measurement, if I take a number of observations by using the same sensor transducer, the output given by the sensor transducer should be very close to each other. If the values but the variation no, then only I say that the sensor has got very good repeatability, and this repeatability defines the precision of my sensor transducer. Because the repeatability is excellent, this LVDT is having very high precision. For most of the industrial mechatronic applications, LVDT is preferred. And compared to other transducers, it has got very low power consumption. It is simple in construction, light in weight, easy to align and maintain. पुन्हा हा मुद्दा पण महत्वाचा आहे. Why LVDT is preferred? त्याला जिथं wherever I want to mount it, जसं आपण CNCचं उदाहरण घेतलं किंवा एखाद्या CNC machining centerचं उदाहरण घेतलं, wherever I want to measure those displacement, this sensor transducer should be easily mountable. म्हणजे तो easily आपल्याला mount करता पण यायला पाहिजे. आणि it should provide me very accurate and very precise observations as well. So all these advantages make LVDT very suitable for industrial mechatronic applications. However, there are certain limitations also of LVDT. It has got relatively large displacement required for appreciable differential output. जसं आपण बघितलं, differential output मला मिळण्यासाठी I require very relative large displacement for getting appreciable differential output, right? इथं काय झालं, हे linear output जे मिळतं, it is very high, sensitivity is very high, fine, but differential output is low. This is one of the limitations. आणि because the magnetism is affected by the temperature, right? So the performance tends to get affected when I'm using this LVDT in high temperature regions, right? समजा फर्नेसच्या जवळ आहे किंवा रोलिंग मिलच्या जवळ आहे, where high temperatures are there, this LVDT tends to give me some erroneous readings. So this is one more limitation. It is not suitable for dynamic. Now here we should understand what is meant by dynamic measurement. Dynamic shabd ala ki what we should understand? The parameters when these are changing with respect to time. Like I want to measure the velocity. Displacement is not a function of time, right? It can be a static parameter. But rate of change of displacement म्हणलं म्हणजे velocity म्हणलं की there comes a dynamic parameter. Rate of change of velocity म्हणजे acceleration म्हणलं की that also becomes a dynamic parameter. Now this LVDT, though it can measure, it can help me in measurement of displacement. The rate of change of measurement and rate of change of displacement, that is velocity, rate of change of velocity, that is acceleration. This LVDT is not suitable for measurement of dynamic parameters. So this is one of the limitations of LED. Similarly, we can have similar observations for RVDT as well, rotary variable differential transformer, because the principle is same. Let us move further. Let us see some encoders. If you remember, encoders are basically predominantly used for angular displacement measurement, but there are encoders available for linear displacement measurement as well. Here we are going to study the angular displacement measurement encoders. आपण काय म्हणलं होतं, what is the benefit, biggest benefit of encoders? In my introductory part of the lecture, I told you LVDTs बना potentiometers give me analog voltage output, right? मग पुन्हा माझा समजा डिजिटल कंट्रोलर असेल तर तिथं that analog output signal from the LVDT किंवा potentiometric transducer, I need to convert that analog output signal into digital output signal by using ADC, A to D converter. But encoder provide me the advantage of getting the output signal directly in the form of digital signal. So for the input angular position, I get digital output from these encoders. So for all digital control systems, encoders are preferred because there is no need of additional A to D converter. Let us see. So these are the digital optical encoders. These are two types we'll be studying. Absolute digital optical encoders. So it's an optical device giving a digital output. It can provide me absolute angular position as well as it can provide me incremental digital output. These are two different types of digital optical encoders. We'll see the principles of each one of them separately. Okay, just be attentive. We have, as I told you, these optical encoders are used for measurement of angular displacement. Okay, so I have got a code disk. This is the shaft whose angular position is to be measured. So on this code disk, I have got tracks made on it, right? So I have got, let us say, perforations, openings, right? Openings. So opening, no opening, opening, no opening, opening, no opening, opening, no opening. So like that, I have the tracks made along the radius, right? Along the radius. म्हणजे एक ट्रॅक आहे, outermost ट्रॅक आहे. So path, no path, path, no path, path, no path, path, no path म्हणजे काय? It allows the light to travel through the aperture, right? आणि जेव्हा aperture नसेल तेव्हा there is no passage of light. So I have got, as I told you, radially if I move inwards, I'll be having one track, second track, third track, fourth track, depending on the resolution that I want. म्हणजे किती कमीत कमी मला angular position measure करायची त्याच्यावरनं number of tracks are decided, right? So this optical encoder has got a code disk on which the tracks are made. Then I have got light emitting diodes on one side of the disk, right? These are also called as photo emitters. मग प्रत्येक ट्रॅक साठी एक वेगळा फोटो एमिटर. मग फोटो एमिटर काय करणार? इट विल एमिट लाईट. लाईट विल बी इन्सिडेंट ऑन दिस कोड डिस्क. मग जिथे जिथे ट्रॅक आहे किंवा ओपनिंग आहे तिथून द लाईट विल पास थ्रू, राईट? सेकंड ट्रॅक साठी पण जिथे जिथे ओपनिंग आहे तिथून द लाईट विल पास थ्रू. नाउ दिस आय हॅव गॉट द फोटो डिटेक्टर्स और फोटो रिसिव्हर्स. इकडे ट्रान्समीटर्स आहेत डिशच्या एका साईडला आणि डिशच्या दुसऱ्या साईडला आय हॅव गॉट रिसिव्हर्स और फोटो डिटेक्टर्स. हे पण फोटो ट्रान्झिस्टर्स आहेत. फक्त काय करतात? दे रिसीव्ह द लाईट अँड कन्वर्ट दॅट लाईट intensity of light into voltage output, right? The voltage output is given whenever there is passage of light. There is a pulse of voltage output from photo detectors. Whenever there is no live passage of light, there is no voltage pulse that is generated. म्हणजे when this disk is rotated, when this shaft is just rotated by some degrees, depending on the tracks covered or uncovered, त्याप्रमाणे I'll be having the voltage pulse generated. So pulse, no pulse, pulse, no pulse. Like when there is no passage of light, no pulse. When there is passage of light, जो port है, I get one pulse. No pulse or light, no pulse, light, pulse, no light, no pulse, pulse. So I get getting the pulsed output from this outer track, pulsed output from inner track, right? आता constructionally, typical construction same. आता this is the horizontal shaft, हा vertical shaft है, right? The same rotating encoder disc आहे, या stationary mask आहे, त्यातनं म्हणजे आणखी एक filter. Track no track वाला आणखी एक filter. मग काय होईल? I have the basic structure of an incremental encoder. We are discussing incremental encoder with conventional code disk, electronic board, signal conditioning साठी. LED light source है. It will be made incident on the encoder disk. But track असेल, opening असेल, the light will pass through. And then I have got the photo detector, which will receive the light and generate the voltage pulse. So when this is rotated, vertical shaft असतानाचा construction and this is the horizontal task असताना shaft असतानाचा construction. So corresponding to angular displacement, I am getting the pulsed output. Let us see the absolute encoder. So the incremental encoder, this is absolute. Let us see the difference later on. Now the absolute encoder. Okay. Now what you see here, similar disk is there. फक्त काय? The number of tracks when you move from outermost periphery towards the center, got number of tracks, right? Number of tracks. आता इथं आपण 4 track बघितले, right? So on each track, हे जेव्हा असं rotate होतं, actually it is shown as moving from right to left, right? And it covers 0 to 360 degree, 0 to 360 degree, right? 0 to 360 open up केले, right? The tracks are opened up for understanding purpose. आणि मग काय होतं? This outermost track is corresponding to bit 0. आपण आता डिजिटल सिग्नलची डिटेल बघणार आहोत पुढं. माझा जर बायनरी डिजिट जो असतो 4 डिजिट असेल, I get the digit in the form of 0101 किंवा 1111 0010. So this is my 4-bit word, right? मग त्यातला outermost जो आहे that gives me the least significant bit. आता significant bit म्हणजे काय? आता डिजिटल आपण if we consider a decimal signal, this is the binary signal. Decimal मध्ये पण significant कशाला म्हणतो? Suppose I have got a reading of 2.259. I'm talking about decimal point. मग आता ह्यामध्ये 2.222 अशा आहेत सगळं. 2.222. Be attentive. तर 0.222 पहिला 0.2 आहे, it is having 1/10 of value. दूसरा 2 है, it is having 0.100th, 1/100th, right, of weightage. आणि तीसरा 2 जो है, it has got 1/1000th weightage, right? So significance wise काय झालं? The third most digit is less significant, कारण त्याची value 0.002 आहे. आणि compared to that, leftmost 2 काय आहे? 0.2, right? So 0.2 and 0.002. So the significance is different, isn't it? हे झालं decimal signalच्या बाबतीत. तसंच मी हे decimal signalच मी convert करतो binary signal मध्ये, isn't it? I convert it into binary form. Binary form म्हणजे काय? In decimal form, I have got the numbers based on the root of 10. 10 to the power 0 is 1, 10 to the power 1 is 10, 10 to the power 2 is 100, 10 to the power 3 is 1000, isn't it? So the decimal number system is based on powers of 10. तसा binary number काय? Those are based on the powers of 2. मी ह्याचा उपयोग काय? कशासाठी हे सगळं उपद्व्याप करायलो? To the base of 2 कशासाठी करतो? Because I want a binary signal. म्हणजे I want the signal in the form of ones and zeros. When there is signal, binary signal, it is called as 1. When there is no binary signal, I call it as 0. हे पण कशासाठी करायचं? Because my digital controllers will be working only on ones and zeros. because they know only two states, on state and off states. All these things we'll discuss in details. Like just brief तुम्हाला idea दिली कि this binary digit, it has also got the significant numbers. I gave you the case of example of decimal number significant digits. Similarly, the binary word also has got the least significant bit and the most significant bit. The bit 0 is the least significant bit. Bit 3 is my most significant bit, isn't it? Least significant to most significant, right? So accordingly, I have got, let us say, 4 tracks, right? Depending on, आता ह्या केस मध्ये काय झालं? All the tracks are open, right? So I might get, to this reading, I might get 1 1 1 1. इथं काय होईल? No track असेल तर 0 येईल. Track म्हणजे 0 1 1 1. 0 sorry 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 1. म्हणजे वर्टिकल लाईन जर काढत इथं काय येईल? 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, right? इकडे काय येईल? 1 0 0 1, right? Wherever there is opening, I get the voltage pulse. When there is no opening, I will not get any voltage pulse, right? So accordingly, हे जे covering and uncovering आहे of the disk ports will be converted into a binary signal in the form of ones and zeros. So this is called as coding of my angular signal into digital pulsed signal. आणि पुन्हा शेवटी मला समजा ते अनालॉग फॉर्म मध्ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट दाखवायचे असेल, I need to convert this binary number into the decimal number by using D2A converter. So this is how my absolute encoder tends to give me the output. इथं काय होणार? Pulsed output, least significant bit, most significant bit. इथं काय झालं? नो सिग्नल आणि हे सिग्नल. ठीक आहे, मी बोलताना हेला सिग्नल म्हणलं आणि नो सिग्नल म्हणलं. व्हॉट इज सेइंग? इथं ब्लँक आहे म्हणजे देर इज नो सिग्नल, इथं डार्क आहे म्हणजे देर इज सिग्नल, असं तरी म्हणा. मी एक्सप्लेन करताना अपोजिट सांगितलं, नो प्रॉब्लेम. इथं काय? इथपर्यंत देर इज नो सिग्नल, इथून इथपर्यंत देर इज सिग्नल, इथून पुन्हा देर इज सिग्नल, देर इज नो सिग्नल, आणि इथून पुन्हा देर इज सिग्नल. सो pulse width is changing, isn't it? Similarly, हे पण प्रत्येक मी bit जर track करत गेलो, I'll get the pulse of that frequency, right? इथं no signal, signal, no signal, signal, no signal, signal, no signal, signal, no signal, signal. I get the pulse train of this form. So I'll be getting pulse train for each of the bits, from least significant bit to most significant bit. Okay, the resolution can be determined by number of holes on disk with 100 holes in one revolution. One revolution म्हणजे 360 degree. 360 degree मध्ये 100 holes आहेत. तर one hole corresponds to 3.6 degree of angular position. This resolution can always be altered, right? मग त्याप्रमाणे मला डिस्क वापरावं लागेल. If I want to measure 0.36 degree, I need to have another 100 holes, right, on the disk. Accordingly, I can have different types of encoders used for different applications. As the name indicates, absolute encoder provides me the absolute value of the angular position. And incremental encoder काय देणार मला? Incremental values, right? मग incremental encoder चा उपयोग काय होऊ शकेल? Incremental values जर मी measure करत गेलो आणि मग time पण measure करत गेलो, it can help me in providing angular velocity also, whereas absolute encoder will provide me only angular position information, whereas incremental encoder can provide me the incremental value of displacement. When it is correlated with time, I may get, it will be possible for me to get the angular velocity as well. Let us move further. Let us compare this. Absolute encoder provides a unique position value or data word at every point of rotation, representing the absolute position of the encoder. From the moment you switch it on, an absolute encoder will tell you the exact position of the rotating shaft that is measuring. Whereas incremental encoder काय देते मला? Incremental value. Similar arrangement आहे, right? And incremental value चा मला फायदा काय होऊ शकेल? I can measure the angular velocities as well. Incremental encoders are commonly used to measure the speed, which is velocity of mechanical systems. This may be done by monitoring purposes or to provide feedback for motion control or both. Absolute rotary encoders can measure angular position, while incremental rotary encoders can measure position, distance, and speed. So this is the benefit of incremental encoder. I think, friends, we'll stop for today.